Twitter. Reacting to hashtag Kag. Oh, I'll mute it. Kagurabachi 8. Yeah. And post that. Bam. Okay. Right, Bob. I'm locked in. We're just waiting for Shiny to be done with the with his reaction because we're slightly out of sync. We're Kagurabachi's at this one. We sure are, bro. We sure are. All right, yeah. So we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait for yeah, we're gonna wait for Shiny to finish up his reaction, and we're gonna dive straight into it. Hopefully, it won't be too long. And yeah, remember to like the stream because it helps a lot. It really does. It really does. I might be able to eat, you know. So this is my resident Kagurabachi reaction shirt now, which I think I've actually. Why have I? Wait, 1 second. My shirt's on wrong. What the hell? Actually, so rude. Alright, there we go. There we go. Lovely. Okay, yeah, well, Kagurabachi is just, we're just doing peak. Week after week after week, we're doing more and more peak. Like, I'm gonna open both of these things. Alright, there we go. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. You know, actually, I'm gonna turn just the display off for now. In case YouTube decides that it's bad. Do I recommend Kagurabachi? I would be a fraudulent content creator if I didn't promote this this manga. It's so good. Like, you have to go read it. It's amazing. Like, it's actually just so good. Okay. Hopefully we should be ready. We're gonna let the stream, you know, we're gonna let it marinate just a little bit, try and get some people in, see how we're doing. We'll give it like 2 or 3 minutes, and then we will get to reading the chapter. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Have you read the chapter yet? No, I haven't. I'm waiting for Shiny to finish up his initial reaction so I can go through it. I'll be reading it in like 5 minutes probably. Kagurabachi is JJK, but with magic nuke swords and better writing. I think it will be hard to come close to my feelings towards some of the character writing for JJK. I think the heights that Gege reached were like so high that I'd be very surprised. Like, Hokuzono's doing a good job with Samura and that lot, but I think by the end of the story, there'll be elements that JJK still excels at, but as a whole, Kagurabachi is just much better executed than JJK. Yeah, it's only 80 chapters, RJ. I mean, so far it's only 80 chapters. Like, you should definitely hop on it. Especially before the anime comes out, which will be like another year or 2. Or maybe 3, even, to be honest. I think the anime, if they do it well, judging by the fact they have a good studio, I think the anime will bang. I think it will be so good. AR's got a good point. Yeah, if you read the first arc, which is about like the first 18, 19 chapters, and then you still don't like it, it's probably not for you, I'm not gonna lie. Chihiro looks sick, that's because he is. He absolutely is. Chihiro is so cool. Right, let me try to figure out where the hell this guy's... Where the hell is this guy? Do you know what? I reckon we can read a page or 2, right, guys? Like, it can't hurt just to read 1 or 2 pages before Shiny gets here, right? It can't. Like, I've got a video to edit. I've got things to do. You know, I need to read this. Screw it. We'll read the first page. All right. Okay. I'll read the first ones. They're starting off in this library tech, and that looks like Hakuri and Kudo, I think his name was, the little guy. Kamanabi headquarters, underground level 2. Just a big ass library. Cool. Anything interesting going on in the library? No, I think that's pretty standard. Books for days. Yes, Hakuri, you've got brilliant eyes. They're all manuals of sorcery. Not the kind of sorcery that's innate at birth. Basic teleportation and force field magic are more academic. This place is jam-packed with formulas and knowledge. Okay, finally. I've been saying it for so long that there is lots of sorcery being used that isn't innate, including teleportation. So we have a confirmation that teleportation is a generic ability that can be learned, which means that Shiba has not revealed his sorcery, because god damn, that's... Bro, I feel like every chapter we're just getting subtle little, like, tiny little Shiba, like, upscales. Do you know what I mean? Like, Hokuzono is building up Shiba, like, bit by bit. Very slowly, all these details are coming into play. Oh. Alright. This place is jam-packed with formulas and knowledge. Alright, cool. The Sazanami clan is a prestigious lineage. Don't you have a library like this? We did, but not on this level. This is like twice the size. You gotta really study to excel in the Kamanabi. You met the Masumi, right? Alright. Oh, is this chapter just gonna follow these two? I don't mind that, but I'm really hoping we get to see that Azami fight. It'd be really cool. Am I the only one who wants to see Shiba and Azami team versus a couple of Hishaku? Oh no, I think the Hishaku would get slammed. But yeah, I do want to see that for sure. Shiba Azami Kunishige flashback fight would feed... Oh, honestly, we're going to get that. We're going to get a hidden inventory style, like, trio flashback arc where we learnt what all went wrong. It's going to be Kunishige, Shiba, and Azami, and we're going to see how, like, they ended up getting involved in the war. It's going to be dope. Sorry, it's weird to say this, but can you reply to me on Discord? Because you said you'd get back to me soon. My bad if I haven't seen it. Obviously, I've got, you know, Discord stuff, so I'll go try and find you. After the stream. Or, like, at some point today. I do have to edit my video and get that shit out, so I'm going to do that first, and then later on, if I remember, which I might not, I will message you back, I promise. Aren't you waiting for someone? I know, but it's Kagurabachi, bro. I can't help myself. Just a page or two, bro. It won't hurt, you know? Shiba and Azami delay session video. When, bro? That's like every Kagurabachi video, like, I've ever made. I'm not gonna lie. I find a reason to glaze Shiba. Anyway, let's read this. So, those guys are masters of these crafts. Yeah, we've seen them, like, create seals and stuff. If you absorbed and mastered all the material on this floor, you'd be their peer. Okay, so they have, like, all this knowledge. And Hakuri, yeah, not big on studying. That... What's with the crazy racket we're hearing? Probably a... Ooh, okay. Right, yes, hello. I'm like, I couldn't help myself, so I'm on like page 2. I started reading. But yeah, so we're at Kudo's like telling Hakuri about the library. Probably Azami brawling. Brawling? Sounds like they're gonna bust through the ceiling. Don't sweat it, there's a force field. Alright, so this guy seems pretty confident that Azami knows what he's doing, which is good. Just before I keep going, Shiny, what, without any spoilers, like, what did you think about the chapter? Like, what's your thoughts? Oh my god. Oh, okay. There are 7... Wait, it's on, yeah, it's on screen. There are 7 practitioners... Actually, wait. I should probably... edit... Alright. Just to save myself from Shueisha. There are 7 practitioners on par with the Masumi, but with varied areas of expertise. They trade off occupying our core station where they operate the force field. If someone tries to bust through, not only is it really strong to begin with, but they're also constantly repairing it. It's absolutely impenetrable. That thing is, like, definitely so penetrable, bro. There's no way you're saying this and it's not going to get penetrated. What the hell? So that's what they said about the Titanic, isn't it? Like, come on, bro. It does let sounds through, though. Okay, I will. It's getting louder and louder. Ichiki probably joined the fight. Oh, Ichiki, okay, we got a name for old guy. Join the fight. Okay, interesting. That dude fights too. He's teeny and ancient. All of the upper echelon are highly skilled. The Azami's on another level. Yeah! Oh! Oh! Yes! Sorry. I was like thinking, Azami's like probably like actually quite weak compared to the rest of those like council guys. Bro, Azami and Shiba, bro, they're so far, bro. Oh, okay. The glaze is it's too much. All right. As for me, I'm not much of a fighter. Okay, interesting. Still, most members of the council are up there in age. The only ones right now are probably... Wait, that's Ikuto, I swear. That is Ikuto, right? And that's from Anti-Cloud Gouger Squad, Donnie. Still, most members of the council are up there in age. The ones fighting right now are probably our best bet. Each of them directly commands their own elite troop. Okay, so these are squads, basically. Because Anti-Cloud Gouger was Azami's squad, I believe. Nearly all of their forces are on site here. Beyond that, there are also more than 300 fighters who have completed our basic curriculum. Those are most of the guys you see walking around carrying swords. Curriculum, intensive training in spirit energy and martial arts. Oh, also, I'm glad that we got confirmation that teleportation can be a generic ability. That was really good to learn. Really, really good. Yeah. So it does feel like Hokuzono is dropping this kind of shit on purpose, making sure we know what's up. Yeah, plus sorcery fundamentals, I'd say they've absorbed about a third of that library. Okay, that's pretty good. What a strong group. Yeah, all bound up in a rock solid force field. Nothing could be more secure. Oh my god, bro, stop saying shit like that, please. Azami and those guys aren't really fighting to protect headquarters. It's more like they went outside to hunt prey. Right. No, something's off. Ooh. Bro. Like, but he's angry though. Because it's the samurai dude, so he's locked in. The Hishaku aren't even using the Daten Seki like they did at Sanzo. They operate very strategically, even if... Okay, and then we get the flame symbol. That's interesting. Even if their plans have gone haywire, would they really show up and knowingly waltz into a death trap? Hell no. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's Kudo, no? What do you mean? Yeah. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. No, I feel like it is Kudo, but he's like saying it's fine to Hokuri, but then actually thinking that something's a bit dodgy. But you could be right. I don't know. It's a bit unclear. Mr. Kudo, looks like things are busy out there. Ishira, Ishira, okay. All right, why have we named this Donnie then? He must be important. This man is one of our instructors. Pleased to meet you. Such a young one. No, they've been training more students at your age. Quite a lot of fresh sprouts showing up these days. Education is a crucial job. We're severely short-handed these days. Our trainers are building the foundation to address that issue. I've dedicated my life to serving this country. I fought in the war too. Alright, so this guy is serious, probably. Have a look. This is my daughter, Yuki. She'll be 4 next month. Okay. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. This is some, like... This, right here, just before I, like, scroll down any further, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the same sorcery that is, like, turning people into like... You know when, yeah, we're brainwashing all the all the people at Sankutsuji and again at the hotel place. You know what I mean? There's these people are being turned into like mindless monsters, not by Kumayuri, by something else, and I reckon it might be what's controlling this guy to do this. I care about her even more than this country. Ishiro, what the hell? Yeah, and he just fucking cuts his head off or some shit. Okay, cool. Hakuri's pretty grossed out. That's understandable. Oh, and he just explodes into vines? Is that what that is? Yeah, pine tree. Warrior's Path. Oh shit. Don't worry about me. He just said he's not a fighter. What did he do? Did he like open the floor? That's what it looked like. Like he turned it to water or something. Unregistered spirit energy explosion at four locations in the force field. Oh, okay. Alright, the pine has infected the building. Oh no, wait, is Kudo dead? Oh wait, Kudo might be cooked. Mr. Kudo, he protected me, and Pine Tree Sorcerer. Why did it emerge from Mr. Ishihiro's body? Good question. Right, climbs up the elevator. There he is. Mr. Kudo's above us. He's... Oh, they're going after Hakuri. Do we kill him? What? No, the idea was to use him as bait to attract the core fighters. It's for our families. Families. That other guy said something similar. Don't tell me. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Oh, as for Ishura, he did his part. You can release his daughter. Okay. That makes... Yeah. Oh, dear. So they've actually just got hostages. Wait, those names might actually be important, you know? Alright, we need to... Yeah, bro. We need to pay attention to that. We do actually need to pay attention to that. Because if we learn names, every time we learn a new name from now on, bro, I'm coming back to this image. Because, like, those names, someone on there is sus, bro. I'm just trying to figure out. I don't see anything. What about the crossed out ones? No, I don't see anything suspicious on there yet. Bro, so this guy's just... Oh, Hishaku, man. You're a rat. Now, do your thing, soldiers. We can't have him flailing around. Cut his limbs. Oh, okay. Hakuri's locked in. Alright, cool. Okay. But how you do it? Oh, he just fucking stole their swords. Alright, bet. Hey, wait. Hakuri's got confidence, though. I kind of like it. Wait. What the hell? Hey, yo, Hakuri, my guy. Oh, no, he got kneed in the face. Never mind. I mean, he's been nerfed, so I don't know. These guys are like... Kudo's just been going on about how well trained everyone is here. That didn't stop them. Well, yeah, obviously. There's no way it's just these three. Each of them directly commands their own elite troop. Worst case, the Hishaku have gotten to them too. The attack upstairs is just a diversion to lure out our strongest fighters. At the same time, they're provoking infighting. We want you to teleport the Shinichi. The Shaku will have no way to get at it. I'm the only one who can stop this. Wait, somehow. Why aren't our blows affecting him? The two soldiers trained for 5 years in the Kamanabi's intensive physical fortification program, while Hakuri was toughened up by a decay of bottomless love from the From the... Bruv, is that even English? Is that meant to say sun? It says Scion. Right, no, it's meant to... Surely that's just meant to say from the eldest son of the Sazanami clan. Because it was Soya that tormented him, the eldest. Oh. Fair enough. I have always loved that though. Hakuri is like actually really tough, as shown. Like when we're like introduced to him, he takes a full punch from Flamebone to the face, and then Shiba goes like, "Bruv, the average sorcerer would not survive that." Oh, okay, okay. ISO, yeah, he is strong. Hell yeah, dude. Bro. Wait, did the nerf, like, buff him instead? Bro, how strong would he be? Like, what? What the hell, man? Maybe the pine tree can't grow out of them if they're unconscious. From now on, there's no knowing who's an enemy. But that's right, I can fight now. If the Swordmaster and the Shinichi fall into their hands, this nation is done for. So Hakuri already is, like, well above average Kamanabi fighter, which isn't, like, they're not fodder either. I mean, they are, but not really. Okay, yes, Hakuri. Chihiro is also out there fighting. I'm one of the core fighters too. Hell yeah, you are, bro. I'm so glad to have him back. Oh, that's sick. I'm really glad we got to see him, like, actually use ISO again as well. That's dope. Yeah, that's a really good Hakuri chapter. I mean, he is, like, literally a generational genius. That's, like, the whole point, right? Is that he's like the first patriarch of the Sazanami clan. Like, he's actually meant to be a ridiculously strong sorcerer. Yeah, I finished it. Oof. What I wanted to see was that Azami fight. However, I am always here for a bit of Hakuri, and I think it's really, really great to, like, Hokuzono's doing that thing again where he gives us, like, at a base level, if you just look at, like, if you don't look too deeply into the chapter, it's a really good chapter of Hakuri, like, coming back into the story, like, fighting sorcerers, and being strong. It's awesome. But then we also have, like, that kind of the Hokuzono stuff where he's dropping breadcrumbs every chapter. So we're learning about, like, how strong Azami is compared to the other upper echelon. We're learning about teleportation and force fields as generic sorcery. We can see that Hishaku, Hatshaku is, like, can use his sorcery remotely if it's, like, embedded in someone, and also that they've taken hostages, and that's how they plan on winning this. There's lots of stuff that's actually been set up and kind of, like, sprinkled throughout what is already a pretty entertaining chapter. It's like, I don't know, I'm liking this whole Kamanabi HQ invasion thing quite a lot. It feels quite very fast paced and high stakes so far, and I really like it. Really? Oh wait, you should be able to now.
Testing.
Oh, I've just been having a conversation with myself. That's nice. Sorry, chat. Yeah, we got it all sorted now. But yeah, I think it's like, I'd still rather be sticking to the Azami stuff, but I've been wanting to see more of Hakuri since, like, well, since the end of the Rakuzachi arc, so I think it's a pretty solid chapter. Not my favorite of the last few weeks, but obviously the last few chapters have been really hard to compete with, realistically. That, like, they've been so good. I love the setup, the Hakuri setup for, like, him, like, that end thing of just reminding everyone that he is one of these core fighters, like, he's one of the main characters, and that ISO Shockwave is, yeah, it's setting up something really cool, which I'm excited for.
I know, dude, it's so good. Remember I told you to keep something in mind?
Yeah, it was the force field, right?
Yes. Okay. So you said, or at least you were reading it out loud, but you said the force field is, like, nearly impenetrable, which, you know, I agree with on a surface level. But the strategy that the Hishaku are going with right now is that they're breaking it from the inside out.
Yeah.
This is so smart. If you can't get in, Why would you even bother trying? This has all been one gigantic distraction. They've been distracting the Kaminabi so that they think that the Hishaku are trying to break in. Meanwhile, the real fight is already happening on the inside.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so smart, but these guys are so methodical.
Yeah, it's like Yura is a scary guy. Like you can tell. I think when you can really tell is like when he confronts Chihiro in the Rakuzaichi, you get a feel for what Yura is actually like as a person and main villain. And I think from that moment on, it kind of paints a very good picture of this guy is scary. And something else that was included in that arc was the whole thing of like, oh, it takes 10 years to break the seal, but Yura did it in 3. There were lots of things that kind of made him seem not just strength and like skill with sorcery, but as a strategist and like his mentality is like just he's a really scary dude. To be honest, he's a big threat. Much bigger than I thought he was, to be honest.
So, Will of the Ball D said, it's no Eisenlevel scheme, just a pretty well executed simple plan, and I have to disagree. Dude, the reason why I'm saying this, that it's like really smart, is because Mr. Kudo said that if you mastered all the material on this floor, you'd be on the level of the Masumi in terms of sorcery. So the Masumi are on the knowledge of like 50% of the Kaminabi's library, right? The Kaminabi head leaders, they're at, let's say, 100% level of mastery of like sorcery knowledge, right?
Yeah.
The Hishaku did something that the Kaminabi like council members thought would take 10 years. They did that in 3. So these guys are automatically 3 times smarter than this entire library, bro. Keep that in mind.
I think like, do you know what it is?
There's a reason he's telling us this.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree completely. And I think like Yura is like such a massive threat, but like so much more than they actually realize. I think after this infiltration is when they're going to realize just how dangerous Yura individually actually is. Like the Hishaku as a whole is what they've been worried about, but they never really put too much emphasis on Yura as the problem. But I think there's going to be something coming. Maybe it's something that Yura will do himself or whatever, where they our like characters are going to have to look back and go, Yura is the problem here. Not the Hishaku as a whole. They're just like strong sorcerers, but Yura as a guy, as a strategist and a leader for them is a big problem.
He is the mastermind. He has to be.
And do you know what? I think
like
Hishaku...
Hirohiko is like not that smart.
Yeah. But even but it's the fact Yura knows that as well. Think about it. Every time Yura speaks about Hirohiko, it's like I don't give a fuck what he does. Like he's there just to fight. Like I don't actually care. Like he doesn't give a crap. And he's got every time something goes wrong or like Hirohiko goes off the rails, Yura doesn't care because he's got like Yuta levels of backup plans waiting. Like, and Hatshaku is, I also think, a scary dude. Him and Yura are like quite similar, I think.
I agree.
Like he gives Yura vibes.
The reason why I said that the Pine Tree Sorcerer is super smart as well as Yura is because I think it's in chapter 4, or maybe chapter 2, or maybe chapter 1. I don't know. One of the earlier chapters, right?
Yeah.
And he's essentially talking to the mobsters who are interrogating the guy that Chihiro ends up saving, right?
Yeah.
And he tells them that their method of doing things is kind of stupid. And then he uses the tree sorcery to kind of scare answers out of him.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the way how he handled that conversation already gave you an idea of how methodical he is as well. Dude, those two are dangerous, bro. Yura and the Pine Tree Sorcerer, they're crazy, bro.
I think Tiberius actually had a really good point. I think Hatshaku is like, he's a bit of an unknown, I feel like. Because you kind of, you don't really know, because like Hirohiko and Kuguri especially, you get quite a good feeling of like why they're with the Hishaku. Even if like we don't really know what their investment to the like main plan is, but like Kuguri has this thing of bro just likes fighting in it, and Hirohiko's kind of been brought up the same in that Hirohiko's there to fight. Do you know what I mean? They seem like soldiers, but they given this kind of like personal reason about why they're involved. You can see them as part of the Hishaku and go like, I know why they're there. But this Hishaku guy, I want to know exactly why he's like, how does he know Yura? Why does Yura trust him as number 2? What's his like motive here? And also, I wouldn't be surprised if he does at some point try and stab Yura in the back. There isn't much,
the backstory's
like,
gonna go crazy. Man.
Yeah, like there's just so much potential for like the Yura backstory, and I really do think he probably is from the island and like that royal family. I think that is where I'm at.
Agreed. And so I loved what you were saying just now, how you were saying that the Hishaku members all have like a certain role to fulfill.
Yeah.
Like they're not all masterminds, they're not all powerhouses. I love that you were saying that. And remember last week, when I was telling you that the rereads of like the earlier Azami chapters were really good because like they were mentioning that he must be at least a colonel, and then I was like, he's like super strong, blah blah blah. And then you were like, yeah, but he's on the council. And then I was like, yeah, but it could just be that the council is like similar to the higher ups in JJK, where it doesn't necessarily need to mean that they're strong.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like this chapter kind of confirmed that, where Kudo said that like they're each like strong sorcerers, sure, but they all bring something unique to the table. So Azami is like uniquely strong even in the council, whereas Kudo isn't really known for fighting, but he's still very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a necessary dynamic to have as well, because you can't have all of them be like having the same motive and the same like kind of like there needs to be this like proper dynamic. Like the difference between Yura and Hirohiko is so noticeable that it lends contrast. Like it makes you understand things about Yura just by watching Hirohiko, right? Like there's this. It's really kind of interesting the people that Yura seems to be. What I'm gonna say Yura is literally manipulating. I think it's as simple as that. I think Yura is almost like Kenjaku in a way, in that he is so smart and scary and manipulative that half the people fighting in the Hishaku probably like are gonna get screwed over by Yura at some point. Because I think this is about for him. I think this is about him. I don't think this is about his. I don't think he cares about the Hishaku in the slightest. Maybe Hatshaku, if they are like, if they're both from the same place, like they both have the same origins, then he'd care more. But as of the rest of them, I don't think he gives a single shit about any of the Hishaku. He definitely doesn't care about Hirohiko, that's for sure.
Agreed. This is, yeah. Dude, you're spitting right now, bro. It's so good.
I need to see more. I need to see what is Yura doing right now? Like, actually, like, what's he doing? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
He was there, and now he's gone. Right.
Yeah.
Nah, something... This guy is... moving mad. I don't even know. Week by week, we try and, like, figure it out every time. It's impossible to figure out what the fuck this guy's doing. Bro, we don't even know what his end goal is yet. Like, we know he wants the Shinichi, but why?
I guess he just wants to end the malediction.
Nah.
Because he wants to free his home if he's like the royalty. He either wants revenge or he wants to free his home.
He wants to cause the malediction, bro. He said, I want to wield the Shinichi. Not I want to destroy the Shinichi or hide the Shinichi or take the Shinichi away from...
True.
Or like reclaim the Shinichi. He says he wants to wield the Shinichi. Bro, he wants to do something with that sword.
True.
I don't know, man. Because you gotta consider him with a blade can play out very similarly, but also very differently to the Swordmaster because of the whole... Because the whole malediction came about from the Swordmaster, like... That was his his true realm, right? Was the...
Yeah.
Like, it reached that level of power because his intention was to destroy the island, and the sword was like, alright, cool. And it became a possibility. But whatever Yura wants, if he gets that sword, and, like, accesses his true realm, that is a scary thought. For Yura to be able to bring that into reality is a really scary thing. He could actually be worse than the Swordmaster in the end, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, you know what I also really liked about this chapter specifically? I
Yeah, go on.
love the parallels to Samura. So Samura's whole storyline with like the earlier half of this arc was that they wanted to use his daughter against him,
Right.
right? And then you see that they were not only doing this to Samura, no, the whole time they were doing this to the entire Kamunabi.
Yeah.
And while it failed with Samura, this is why they were referring to it as two arrows, right? Because, okay, sure, it might not have worked with Samura, but they were firing the same arrow to literally everyone else.
You know
Bro,
what? I love that. That's actually you've I didn't think about that arrow thing. That's really good. And it's reminded me that of what you said earlier, which I really liked, which was the traitor might not actually be a traitor. Do you know what I mean? Like he might they might actually just be holding
yeah,
someone's family hostage or some shit.
yeah, yeah,
Because if that's something, this is obviously something they've been working at for a while, right? Like they didn't
yeah,
go and
yeah,
capture
yeah,
all their families today. This has been there are multiple moles in the Kamanabi that are being revealed now.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
squads of them.
This has been in the works since the end of the war,
Yeah.
essentially.
What I also find really interesting is that they like not only is Hatshaku able to monitor this, like keep this in mind, yeah? Hatshaku knew that Ishihira did his job. How? How does he know that?
I think it's
Bro,
because he can tell when his like pine tree thing activates.
but it didn't activate though. Not in oh, it did activate in him actually, you're right, yeah.
Yeah,
Um yeah.
because
Like
there was something interesting. What I realized is like, um, with Chihiro, for example, he can use Kuro to see his surroundings, right?
yeah, you can sense
Uh,
like from your sorcery kind of.
Yeah, and then I realized that that was not unique to the Enchanted Blades because Hirohiko does the same thing with his Blood Crane.
I mean
Like the
it's
whole idea that
yeah.
the reason why Chihiro got the idea to spread the whole room with Kuro was because Hirohiko did it.
I mean
Like I
Samura
think
does it as well, right? With his feathers. That's how he sees.
yeah, yeah. So I think if you just like manifest your sorcery, you can already see your surroundings because of that.
Hmm.
So I think that's how he's keeping tabs on everyone.
Yeah, that's like I mean, what I found really interesting about that scene though was the fact that he actually like the fact that he actually told them to release his family. You know what I mean? Or release
Yeah,
his
yeah,
daughter.
yeah. He stays true to his word.
Yeah. That's I mean, I guess they are like he can afford to do that, and they probably should because if there's a strategy that they actually want to use, you know,
Sure.
not
Yeah.
releasing the
Otherwise,
hostages, like you kind of
yeah.
then aren't really able to manipulate anyone. So it makes sense for the fodder, but I still think it's interesting that they genuinely are just letting them go. I think that one Hishaku was sent specifically for Azami. I feel like Azami was targeting to hold him off, just like Chihiro holding Samura off, and Shiba guarding the other sword wielder. That very well might be the case. I think the reason that maybe not specifically for Azami, I think he was probably sent there in anticipation of a strong fighter, stronger than the rest of them can handle being there. I don't think they were targeting Azami specifically. I think it was just whoever they send to be like the tough fighter, the samurai Hishaku was sent to fight them. So I would probably guess that even though I think Azami likely I think what's most likely is Azami probably captures the samurai um Hishaku. I think that's my prediction is that it will end with Azami capturing him alive because that Hishaku has been involved in he was there when Kunishige was killed. He'll have the information, and he was
True.
sent on this plan as
True.
well. So if you're gonna take a hostage back on your side, then Samurai is probably the best one you could take right now. That's probably how that will end, I think. Because I don't see either of them dying in that encounter. It's Kagurabachi. Mohammed, it's Kagurabachi. It's a manga. It's fucking awesome. Read it. It's great. But I am gonna end the stream now because I have a video to edit that I'm hoping to get out in the next hour or so. Thank you
Fair enough.
guys for joining. Thank you, Shiny, as always, for being an amazing reactor.
Thank you for having me on.
And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Tune back in.